Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce. We put business first. Chamber of Commerce. We put businesses first.
Good day. My name is Nevar Smith, and we are coming to you live and direct from Freeport, Grand Bahama. This is an exciting initiative in its second season. We are talking about the Talk Your Business podcast powered by the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce. I am very fortunate and honored to serve as the director and chairman of the Small Business Development Committee. One of the initiatives of this committee, one of the signature initiatives that was started in the last term, was this podcast. We wanted to launch this as a way to communicate with our members and help everybody in the wider business community get a better sense of what the chamber is all about and how it is we're going about to bring value to the community, and more importantly, how you can join and help us do just that. So, a little bit about myself as the host of the podcast. I won't be hosting all the time. I'm doing this just to kick it off as I did last season, but we're going to invite guest hosts from time to time. I am a business owner in Grand Bahama, where I was born and raised. I currently operate two businesses, a tour and transportation company and a coconut water factory and juice bar. And so this is exciting because we want to use this podcast as a way to help businesses promote their products and get to know the stories of entrepreneurs all around Grand Bahama, from west to east and everything in between. So just like what I did last season, we kicked it off with the immediate past president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce. And this time in season 2, we have a new president. This guy is no stranger to the Grand Bahama community. He is none other than Mr. Dillon Knowles, our current president. Brother Dillon Knowles, how are you today?
I'm great, Nevar. Thank you.
So nice to have you to help us kick off season 2 of the Talk Your Business podcast. And one thing about podcasting is a really great way to connect and help a constituent of people get to know the guests better, get to know people and in a deeper way and understand, just to pick their brain a little bit more with stuff. So tell us, who is Dillon Knowles in your own words?
Oh, that's a very complicated question, but I'll try to do my best to answer it for you. So Dillon Knowles is a Bahamian who loves his country, who moved to Grand Bahama in 1983 and fell in love with Grand Bahama and refuses to leave. And so he dedicates his time and energy to helping to develop the community of Grand Bahama, and by being a part of the chamber, by helping to develop the commerce in Grand Bahama. I'm a chemical engineer, professional chemical engineer, and I've been that for over 4 decades, having worked for multiple multinational companies in the pharmaceutical chemical space. Also an entrepreneur of on my own regard, as I own and operate Dillon F. Knowles Consulting, an engineering and management consulting firm. And I also have a financial interest in a small farm here on Grand Bahama. And I just recently shuttered another business that I operated, which was in the solar systems delivery space. But unfortunately, my partner passed away last year, and I decided to shutter the company. So I'm no stranger to business, both large and small, on Grand Bahama. I also happen to have a master's in business administration and have been in executive management for at least 30 years. I worked at the Port Authority for a decade as well. So I've been exposed a lot to various aspects of doing business in Grand Bahama, doing business in the domestic market, and doing business in the international market.
Good stuff. I mean, you've clearly had a broad and a very decorated career. I actually learned a few things about you just now in your introduction, which is cool. And just to let everybody know, this particular show and episode is being sponsored by Dillon Knowles through his consulting company, Dillon Knowles Consulting, and myself through my businesses. And we invite you to jump on board too as sponsors and guests as we go along. We're really going to bring a lot of value through this podcast. And so, tell us, what is the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce all about? This organization has been around for decades. We know about it, but some people still don't have that clear understanding of what it really is and why should companies join.
So chambers of commerce around the world are charged with being advocates for commerce. And most people seem to struggle with what commerce is, but commerce is really the trading of goods and services between businesses and customers for the benefit of both customers and businesses. And the chamber's role really is to facilitate all of that as best as it can. It advocates with government on regulations, laws, and policies that governments may promulgate that either help or hinder commerce. It provides networking opportunities and resource opportunities to business so that they can improve their capacity and make better use of the opportunities that are around them. And we're also getting involved with assisting the community, as if you don't have a vibrant and successful community, you're not going to have customers. And if you don't have customers, you don't have business. And if you don't have business, you don't have trade. And without trade, we all resort back to being cavemen, where we're hunter-gatherers or fishermen trying to support our own individual families, but not having all of the benefits that we have come to appreciate and expect in the societies in which we live today. So commerce is key to a successful society, and the chamber is charged with ensuring that we facilitate the continued growth and development of commerce.
Good stuff, good stuff. So this is your first time serving as chamber president, but you've been in the chamber for a long time in different roles and capacities. And so what do you hope to achieve in this year term as president?
So this year, we're focused on four main facets of commerce. In the short term, it is essential that we help the small business community to develop its capacity to take advantage of the opportunities that are now presenting themselves on Grand Bahama Island from east to west. We're going to be doing that by putting on seminars, programs, and providing resources to small businesses that are going to allow them to improve on their ability and capability to function adequately and efficiently as a business. We know this is a challenge in Grand Bahama right now, because for most businesses over the last 20 years, they've been focused mainly on trying to keep the lights on, not on trying to develop themselves to do bigger and better things, but just trying to stay afloat. So they need a lot of assistance, and we're going to be doing that through our Small Business Development Committee. The second major agenda is a longer-term agenda item, which is to develop a vision for Grand Bahama. What is Grand Bahama good at? What is Grand Bahama going to be? What do we want it to be in all of its various sectors, that we can be able to promote Grand Bahama collectively as one body to the wider global world, and attract investors, both domestic and foreign, to engage in Grand Bahama with us as we build Grand Bahama into the grand place that it ought to be. We can't do any of that unless we raise funds. So we're obviously, as a nonprofit organization that is run by volunteers who are not paid, we obviously need to raise funds in order to be able to put forward the initiatives that we're putting forward this year and every year. And so fundraising is a big function of the chamber. We do that through putting on events to which members and non-members are invited to participate. And those events generally tend to fund the day-to-day operation of the chamber, its expenses, and allow for the programs that the Small Business Development Committee and the Economic Development Committee put on from time to time. And lastly, but not least, we're focused a lot this year on inclusion. There is always talk in the business community that the chamber is really only focused on elite companies and performs elite events for elite companies. But that's not really the focus of the chamber. The elite companies really don't need to be chamber members because they have all of the resources they need to function on their own. But they do engage with the chamber more from a civic duty responsibility. But the chamber's real focus is on small business, and we need to be able to improve on the small businesses who are members of the chamber so that their voices can be heard more effectively and more efficiently, that when they speak, that we could speak for them to the governments and the port authorities and the agencies that need to hear what they have to say, what their concerns are, and to provide the networking and the opportunities that will allow them to develop. We've been working with the Bahamas Chamber a lot on their trade missions. We've had folks from Grand Bahama go on trade missions that the Bahamas Chamber has put on. In most cases, these have been free missions where people, their airfare and hotel accommodations are paid by the host country, and they have benefited from them in terms of helping to develop their organizations and their businesses. So those are the main activities that we'll be engaged in this year, and we hope that more and more of the Grand Bahama community will engage with us in that regard to the benefit of all on Grand Bahama.
From startups born in spare rooms to dreams that touch the sky, where business minds connect and bloom, our voices amplify. Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, we put business first.